Hey guys, welcome back. So, you've probably heard the news, my friends. Russia has invaded Ukraine. We made jokes for weeks. I tweeted that I personally would invade Ukraine a few weeks ago, and now I realize that I thought I was joking at the time, obviously. I'm not going to invade Ukraine. I'm not a military superpower. I don't know shit about geopolitics in general. And quite frankly, I'm not evil. And the jokes were really funny. And then the night before last, Ukraine was literally invaded by Russia, which is terrible. And as you can probably expect, there's a lot of things that resulted from this. And I'm not going to be talking about the things that I shouldn't be talking about, that I don't know anything about, that I am not an expert in. I don't know anything about geopolitics, like I mentioned. I'm not here to give any sort of political or partisan opinions. I do stand with Ukraine, obviously. I love the Ukraine. And the excruciating past of Russia and Ukraine and their relationship since the beginning of the 20th century, I have studied a bit in my own time. There's a thing called the Holodomor, which I would recommend researching. They have a storied past. It's terrible. I genuinely hope everything plays out in a way that doesn't involve too much mass human suffering. Obviously, that's, naive to even say, because they're literally at fucking war. Seems like the Russian people don't want to be involved, and the Ukrainian people obviously don't want to be involved. Enough of that. I'm not a serious fucking news channel. What we're going to be talking about today is the internet's reaction to the literal invasion of a European country by another European country, Russia, and how fucking brain dead and terminally online our generation is. What the fuck is going on? I have so much shit to show you. For one, this is really cool. Ukraine literally has a Patreon, an official Patreon that is connected to their federal bank, where you can donate money monthly to support the Ukrainian army. You can be a projectile or a tank. Very interesting. The times we are in are absolutely fucking insane. This entire thing makes me feel ill. The reaction to it makes me feel even worse, and I'll explain to you what I mean. Today I saw a video called Dear Mr. President Vladimir Putin by a woman named Annalyn McCord, who is apparently an actor. I've never seen her before. She's also a human rights activist, and her pinned tweet, she talks about ending slavery. Not just the body, but also the mind. She seems like a really smart person. I wonder what she has to say about this complicated conflict and these geopolitical issues involving the Ukraine and Russia. Guys, I'm really excited. Also, this has 13 million views, as you can see, by the way. So this poor woman, let's see.
Dear President Vladimir Putin.
Okay, well, she's directly addressing the president of Russia. Dear President Vladimir Putin, dude. You're not ready for this. This is so stupid. I can't believe people like this exist.
I'm so sorry that I was not your mother. If I was your mother, you would have been so loved, held in the arms of joyous light. Never would this story's plight the world.
She's rhyming, guys. Everybody knows the best way to handle it is to rhyme, do spoken word poetry, tweet that you stand in solidarity, sign the petition to get Hitler to end World War II. You have to be an activist. And especially on the world of Twitter, you have to do this. You have to make a video of you very honestly speaking to the world, and more specifically to baby little Putin, in the perspective as if you were his mommy. This video makes me a little fucking racist. I'm gonna be honest. YT people be like,
unfurled before our eyes, a pure demise of nations sitting peaceful under a night sky. If I was your mother, the world would have been warm. So much laughter and joy, and nothing would harm. I can't imagine the stain, the soul-stealing pain that the little boy you must have seen and believed, and the formulation of thought quickly taught that you live.
Okay, this one obviously doesn't really know who Vladimir Putin is. He was a KGB agent in the Soviet Union. He was not, I don't think he was ever a little boy. He was born a bald 60-year-old man. I'm not sure this person understands what's going on, and she's being literally clowned by everyone. This video has 41.8 thousand likes and 70,000 quote retweets. Do you know what that fucking means? That means you're dumb. That's what that means. What the is this fucking video, dude? I commented on her video. I said that this is what's wrong with the world or something like that. You know, but any exposure is good exposure, I guess. This reminds me of that dumbass video that all those stupid idiot celebrities did a couple years ago. Remember that? Gal Gadot and those other idiots? People who live terminally online are hard enough to relate with. The people who are even harder to relate with are people who are in Hollywood or who are like famous in a traditional sense. They are so dumb, and I'm not even assuming this is a PR person that's getting her to write this. This is literally just her thought. You know what I'm going to do today? I'm getting a bad vibe from Eastern Europe right now.
Is this why you now decide no one will get the best of you? Is this why you do not hide nor away shy from taking back the world? Was it because so early in life, all that strife racked your little body with fear?
I've said it already. This is the fucking dumbest thing. Like, how can you even possibly relate to this in any way? Literally any way. I'm talking, there are a million ways to relate to something based on inflection, tone of voice, simply the way someone looks. You can relate to them based on their looks. The subtitles in the video, the way it's filmed, her room, her Siddhartha statue thing in the background. None of this I can relate to. Her exposed ductwork, the way she's rhyming. She's rhyming in the face of whore. It's beautiful. Whore. I rhymed. That's what it was. I was a rhyme. I fucking hate this.
If I was your mother, if the world was cold, I'd have died to make you warm.
And also, one thing that's really confusing to me is she literally just saying that if she was Putin's, like, because if you have a literal mind, I have a very literal, logical, rational mind, I feel. If she was Putin mommy, no war. How fucking big is your stupid dust-filled head? How are you like this? I don't understand this person. I've never been more mad at someone that I've never met in my entire life, dude. This is the worst take ever. Slam poetry isn't even a take in general, but this is the worst take ever. This made me so mad earlier, dude. I was like fuming. I was fuming. I was working out doing leg day, man. Just feeling sorrow and pain for people in Europe. And then she saved me.
I'd have died to protect you from the unjust, the violence, the terror, the uncertainty. I would have died to give you life.
What a beautiful woman. What a beautiful thought.
Putin, if only I'd been your mother. Perhaps the torture of unwrit youth would not within your heart imbue ascription to such fealty against that world that you thought was so cruel. Perhaps you would hold dear human life, and on this night, instead of Mother Russia, you would call me, and I would set your mind quite free with the love that only a mother can give, and only a mother can take away.
I'm without words. I just speak constantly, all day, every day. That's what I do. I'm really good at just talking and just making sound come out of my mouth. There's a feeling that this is making me feel that makes me so angry. It makes me just like want to be an ape and run around and just pull shit out of my ass and throw it at strangers. It literally makes me go ape mode. I'm gonna go ape shit.
When holds she doesn't the harm at bay and leaves her boy for the promise of a man, whatever your story, Mr. President Putin, I can't imagine how it feels in your heart, but I know if I was your mother, that would be a start.
What does that even mean? Also, this makes me wonder if we were in 1941, right, and all the information about World War II and the atrocities of the Axis was coming out, how many actors do you think would politely ask Mr. Adolf to stop? Excuse me, I've signed a change.org position, Adolf, and I've made a rhyming beat slam poetry thing for you. So I would appreciate it if you just, stopped before I have to make more art. You and your small mustache?
Towards the awareness of what a powerful being of light you could be if your mind was only free from the violence you've seen.
If only Putin's mind was free, guys. Any Ukrainians watching, do you think that if Putin's mind was free, he could be a powerful being of light? I mean, he's had quite a track record of just literal evil, but I think if his mind was free and this bitch was his mom, I'm starting to think, I'm smelling what she's just diarrheaing in her chair without thinking?
2 or 3. I cannot believe I was born too late.
Yeah,
In a different place when
you're young enough to be his
loved you
daughter.
So.
What the fuck kind of incestuous weird shit is this? And it just cuts off because it's as long as Twitter videos get. She just, I mean, literally, it's pure fucking cringe. I've never felt more cringe in a situation when it's hard to even say anything that would be cringe in this situation. Sure, I'm gonna sign a petition to end the war or some shit like that, dude. Or you could do your part to, you know, put a Ukrainian flag in your profile picture or whatever, spread awareness. This is so much worse than any other possible thing you could ever do in regards to this. This is the worst take ever, I think. Literally, finally, the worst take ever. And people have been absolutely fucking clowning her. Oh my God, is it rough?
Who the fuck wrote this bullshit?
And that's the bottom line.
Because Stone Cold said so.
Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother. You would get so many raspberries after your bath. Real funny ones on your little Putin belly. You'd laugh so much you'd shake like a bowl of Putin jelly. If I had been your mother, I'd let you stay up late to watch 90 Day Fiancé. You wouldn't understand it, but we'd have fun anyway. If I were your mother, I would rely upon you heavily for likes on Instagram before you were evil.
They say words have power. I'm not sure these words have any fucking power at all. Powerful to make me just literally shit everywhere. Also, war's still going on. I'm really surprised it didn't fucking work, to be honest. There's another thing that I wanted to show you guys as well that's absolutely insane, and I would like for you all to actively search this out and try to eliminate it. On TikTok, I'm not sure if I can find them. There are people who are live streaming in their room playing videos on YouTube of air raid sirens and pretending to cry and asking for donations, which is and they're not in Ukraine. They're just people trying to take it like the worst pot. Like, I don't even know. I don't even want to talk about it. But if you see that shit, get rid of it, please. Thank you. Report it to the proper TikTok authorities because it's insane, dude. And imagine all the Putins. We can end this by being kind to one another and by rhyming really well and using an analogy of if I was your mother, you would be the light of the world and you wouldn't wage a war of aggression on a country that is essentially your brother's and do it in spite of the fact that almost your entire population is not for it and also in breach of international law and also a lot of other things. None of that rhyme, guys, sorry. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys that, okay? Yet again, I'm not here to talk about geopolitics. My brain is too small for that kind of stuff, and my opinions are not important whatsoever. I will have some links down below that I believe could potentially help, but this is not a political video. This is just trashing someone who, in my opinion, is just taking advantage of a situation and stroking their ego to the public, and I feel like I deserve to be able to say that they're dumb as shit. And hopefully you guys all agree with me, because if not, that's really sad.